Everything is ready. Are you ready?
Cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's go. Hello, everybody. I'm really happy to be here and to have Andrey today for the short story. We met with Andrey physically at the beginning of the year at the event Video Copilot Live that we organized with the Video Copilot team. It was in Barcelona and it was a really nice moment. And I need to thank Andrey, for having the time to be here today because I asked him for a really long time to do a live and he's so busy. So thank you, Andrey. It's hard
My
to
pleasure, mate.
it's hard to do not make the mistake between Andrew and Andrey.
And Andres, like in Spain.
Yeah. Oh, I say in Russian Andrei, Andrei,
Andrei. Andrei.
Andrei. Okay. So happy to have you, mate. For all the people, can you introduce yourself quickly if there are some newcomers that doesn't know your work?
My name is Andrey Lebrov. I'm a CG and VFX artist running YouTube channel, and also I own a production company in UK called Out of Nothing. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and that's pretty great. So, you started YouTube 1 or 2 years ago, right?
Year and a half, yeah.
Yeah, and you share a lot of content about VFX, motion design, and mostly computer graphics industry. So everybody who is interested by the Andre's channel, it's in the chat. So can you tell us more about yourself, your work, and why did you decided to jump into the YouTube adventure?
Well, YouTube is like a playground for me because there I can touch topics that I'm myself am interested in. It's like two-way learning, really. If I want to, talk about complicated stuff, I will do a comprehensive research first and maybe find out some new things myself and then put it in a really structured and understandable way for the community. And I'm not doing, step-by-step tutorials because there are you guys, you love good step-by-step guides, which everyone follows. I don't think that's something people would benefit from having from me. So I'm talking about like how rendering works from inside, things like that.
Yeah,
Just general, VFX, CG education.
yeah, mostly great theoretical videos on basis. Maybe I can quickly go through your channel. And yeah, there's so much valuable content. And what did you learn by doing YouTube videos? How did it help to improve yourself?
Where did I learn what? Like CG stuff?
Yeah, CG and even for yourself, did it help to start something like that?
Andrew Kramer, mate, of course. Yeah, no, I started in After Effects and Cinema 4D, Andrew's videos mostly. And then there is like any question that you might have regarding any problem CG related, you can find on YouTube, like quite literally any question. So it's the main source where I learned from. There are tutorials on Cinema 4D, any render engines, Houdini. I'm trying to master Houdini now. I know you are as well. How is it, by the way? Good?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm experimenting a bit more, and I was super anxious because 2 days ago I was doing a talk at a Houdini event, and I'm like in my years zero of learning, so I was really anxious to share with people already working for years and years in the industry, and I was really like surprised to add so much good feedbacks and really um, tolerant people because I just feel useless, doing the talk because of all
Yeah.
the guys. But it turned into a great moment and meeting great people. So I'm glad you joined the Houdini community because it's a really nice community, and all the people I've met in real are super nice.
Yeah, I know. You know, I've been doing Houdini for a while, but only one kind of directional stuff like simulation, smoke, fire, mostly that. When you need some power in it, it's just there. But I want to master it even more to build complex chains and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I love about Houdini is that first you have the power of all the simulation tools that are mostly better than the Cinema 4D simulating plugin, and the second thing is, yeah, you can build your own tools, so it's pretty
Yeah,
great. So we start to have some question. One fun question: could you ask Andre if he has ever met Andrew?
Kramer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he did. Nice guy.
Yeah, for the information, we've met all in Barcelona for the Video Copilot Live events. It was a really great moment. You have also a video on your channel called My First Public Speech, right?
Yeah, but it's like a vlog overview. It's not an actual speech of anyone. It's just, but it's actually showcases the event pretty well. How well it was organized. Uh, you guys took a big part in it in organizing all that stuff.
Yeah,
It was pretty great. A lot of artists, a lot of people.
thank you. Thank you. It was
Mhm.
so nice to have you. Some question about for your personal stuff. Where do you take inspiration from?
Movies, other people's work. I'm a big fan of Philip Bloom. He's a cinematographer. I really like his documentaries and all that stuff. If talking about VFX, it would be Kramer, of course. He just uses simple kind of tools. Simple, I mean, simple like After Effects, and creates crazy stuff. And then in Houdini community, I'm a big fan of Simon Holmedal. This dude is crazy.
Yeah, that's also a main inspiration. I'm just like mind blown each time I see one of his work.
Yeah, because in Houdini there are technical guys who are building complicated chains, and then there are generalists who make it look sexy. And Simon, he's kind of
The
best from
boss.
both worlds. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and I really love this universe. It's like Adam Swab, having a really dark and elegant universe. That's not everybody that has a taste, in a dark and elegant things.
Yeah,
So pretty nice to follow his work. So a lot of question, a lot of people like thank you for everything you've done on your YouTube. So
pleasure, guys.
yeah, so yeah, you inspired some people, and yeah, Massimo is asking if you want like to be a speaker at an upcoming London event.
What event is that and when?
I don't know if we do a future NDC meetup in London. Will you be a speaker?
Oh, MDC, yeah. I just was actually asked to participate in one
I
of
don't
the
know,
events like today.
an upcoming one.
Yeah, yeah, I'm up. I'm just not in UK from the middle of July till August. So,
Okay, so we have our first speaker, guys.
mhm.
Yeah, some people are asking if we can find your talk online, or will it be released or not?
I'm not the person to ask seriously. If Andrew is watching, Andrew, will people see our talk or not?
Yeah, I think he's so busy with many things. I had news from him, like he's still super hard working on Nebula, and he had a big delay on everything. So I think it's still here somewhere in the air, and I think we will release it. Also, I'm working on few after movies, but we don't want like to even ourselves like release something like too early, just because people are waiting for it. So we want to do great videos, and I think Andrew is wanting the same thing, like having great videos if we release it one day.
Yeah, I think Video Copilot are working on something themselves. That's one. And second, there were so many cameras recording big kind of footages, and it's quite challenging to filter footage for me from my speech than for the French monkey. James is just James Franco. I still call him like that.
Yeah, we are talking about Frédéric
Fred
Collin.
McFly. Yeah.
Frédéric Collin, he's one of our friend. He's making nice work, and he was a speaker at the event, and he
Yeah,
really
amazing work.
really looks like James Franco. I'm trying to find a picture of him. Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is like James Franco's brother.
Yeah. So we had a lot of fun. Yeah, it's from the same family. Um, so more question. So Andre, I love your style. Have you ever thought about making a longer personal short film?
Oh, yes. I'm thinking about short movies and documentaries all the time. But the time, guys, I have so many topics to talk about on my YouTube channel, about the noise, about where Octane is going, render systems, new features in Octane, Redshift versus Octane, all that fun. But it's just seriously, there is no time. I'm
Yeah,
recording these videos as much as I can, but
I'm thinking that
and
yeah, you lack a bit of time for your YouTube channel, but maybe this could be a future main work, or maybe you want to keep it as a side project.
YouTube will probably most likely remain as a side project because we have a business that is growing. We're actually having a new artist starting when I'm back from holiday on 17th of July. My young Padawan. I'm really excited to teach him to work together and all that stuff. And hopefully over time I will have more time for YouTube, but I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just
Hi, Maxime.
yeah, everybody's want to have a chat when I'm live, it's horrible. So, more and more question. Thank you everybody for asking stuff in the chat. I will try to go through all the questions because they are all super interesting and not covered in your YouTube channel. So George is asking how you can incorporate motion design into engineering design. I guess it's from engineering design and maybe he wants to incorporate motion design in his own work. So do you have advice regarding this?
Well, that's product commercials mostly. Yeah. We're working on a lot of product commercials, and clients are always sending CAD files, which are directly related to engineering. Then you have to convert it and how to incorporate, I don't know, 3D infographics around. I don't know. Uh, Look at that sexy mic, and fancy infographics happening, that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's a really abstract question.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty hard to answer because yeah, maybe try to focus on maybe lighting, try to light your object, make it sexy, playing with camera angles, and then you will just need to add things on overlays, I guess. But
What stepped up my game in product commercials and infographics in that kind of space was switching from After Effects to Fusion, because Fusion is fully 3D compositing software, and I can export my scene in FBX, import it in Fusion, and have that object in Fusion. That makes sense.
yeah,
And then I would draw infographics in After Effects, how the lines are growing, all that stuff, and put them in actual 3D space around that object. So
mm,
the infographics behind the microphone in this case would be actually behind it. Not like
yeah,
in After Effects, you would have to cheat it with masks and all that crap.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So Fusion Nuke is something you have to consider.
yeah. I've definitely not made a switch yet, but I'm more and more interested into Fusion for that kind
It's
of
it's it, it
possibilities.
it's not like a switch really. It's just another tool in your tool bag because depending on the task, I'm still
Yeah.
sometimes compositing in After Effects, sometimes in Fusion.
Yeah,
Depends.
I expressed myself in the wrong way. I was like thinking only switching for compositing, but of course I will keep After Effects as a tool. I'm not thinking about full switch, but
Fair enough.
okay. So Andre, what's your view on studying VFX through SAE Institute or any kind of learning academy?
SAA is SAE.
Yeah,
They are.
SAE.
I think they are the one of the most kind of popular ones for VFX. I interacted with Dubai University, and they took interview from me. I think they are actually specializing in actual VFX, starting from cinematography to post and visual effects. That's a good choice. I'm not aware of the pricing or anything, but I think if you would go to uni, that would be a good choice.
Yeah. Um, we have it. We have the question that we waited. Redshift or Octane?
Oh, crazy! It's funny because at the moment I'm doing a project that I think at this particular moment that Octane won't handle because this project features like 512K textures.
Wow.
It's like 70 gigs of textures only. It's crazy. And probably I would use Redshift for that. The reason why I'm not using Redshift all the time because it's a biased engine. It means you have to tweak all the settings. You have to know a lot of stuff that you're
Yeah.
actually doing in order to get sexy image. Octane make all those choices for you. It gives you sexy image straight away, but it can be limited sometimes.
Yeah, I will answer the same thing for our latest short film made with Maxime Tibergien and Sylvain. We used for the first time a Redshift in a big production, and the choice was because of big production, like you said, a lot of texture, volumetric lighting, and
Mm,
the fact that you can cheat on something. As we've done some stylized renders, we sometimes disable the GI or lower some parameters to have really fast images, and it's not really possible on Octane on super big scene if you disable too much samples or light bounce. You will end up with crappy results. So I think
yeah.
to answer from my side, Octane is to me really great because it's fast, efficient, and great result. But for bigger project or project with volumetrics, um, Redshift is another nice solution to consider. So there's no winner in this battle.
No winner exactly, and to be honest, in corporate world in production, you have a lot of tools. I have like tens of Octane licenses. I have licenses of Redshift, have licenses of Houdini, have licenses of 3D Max for some stuff, and you just choose which tools to use. Depending on the task. And I do respect that a lot of viewers are students, or I don't know, people who can't buy all the stuff, obviously, because it's expensive. Then you have to kind of align your path and think about kind of shots you want to make. If it's something quick, not like Maxime's movie where there was a robot, volumetric CDs, like shitloads of details. Can I say shit? Yeah. I mean, if it's not that kind of work, then Octane would be perfect because you don't have to think about settings. Otherwise, Redshift because it's bigger production oriented.
Yeah, and you have a lot of easy way to manage your AOV, and it's pretty solid for big scene.
Mhm.
That's also a major argument on my side. You can throw a lot of objects, and by chance it can start to render. And Octane, like sometimes you just throw a lot of things and it will not render, or sometimes you can have weird issues with your graphic
Yeah,
cards. So
yeah,
definitely it's a question of need. Hope this question helps you guys. More question by Laurine. She probably saw that you've made some videos on your YouTube channel about laptops, and
yeah.
she knows that MSI will announce a new computer. What do you think about the new generation of laptops?
Well, all the laptops in 2019 are featuring RTX cards. It's it's cool. The version I had from Razer had RTX 2080. That's super dope computer. I still have it. Still run it as my daily driver. But even Razer, straight away after sending me that one, released a newer version, more refined one. So I think they will get better and better and better. I think we're actually going to the moment where you can do all the work on a laptop, which I'm doing. Really, I'm just remotely connecting to my big workstation from a laptop. I'm leaving it to render something and then compositing, After Effects, all that stuff on a laptop.
Yeah, that's something pretty great because I'm also doing some motion graphics courses in schools, and most of the students have Mac or cheap laptops, and they can't handle 3D rendering. And I'm super excited to see the new RTX laptops because, yeah, you will be able like to work and learn from everywhere. So
Yes, mate. Exactly.
pretty amazing.
What do you think? What do you think about the new Macs?
About the new Mac,
Yeah, Mac Pro.
to me, I'm kinda neutral to this. Of course, I have fun of it because it's super expensive, but the Mac image is sort of a religion. You know, it's all about marketing. It's all. Let's ask one guy from Louis Vuitton, for example, and you know that the company needs to rebuy a lot of computers for all the workers. Will they really need to do and buy their own computer, or will they just pay something expensive and they know that it will work? And I think that most of the company, not really company, but luxury companies or architecture companies, they just want, they have a budget, they want to pay money, have a product, and they want something that works. And I guess that's the main target from Mac. It's mostly, but of
Yeah, that's what
course,
I thought. That's what I thought. It's still not like VFX or motion design
yes,
oriented.
for us it doesn't make any sense. That's why most of our community is like having fun of the new Mac because it makes no sense, but it makes a lot of sense for, yeah, big companies, and it's also like some kind of social identity. Like if you go to the Louis Vuitton office, for example, and you are a big client and you see that they own the latest Mac, you are like having a good image of the company, I guess, rather than if you see some kind of glowy computers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My business partner is so that the major part of the team are graphic designers, and all they need is MacBook, Mac screen, and
Yeah,
half of our office is MacBooks and Mac screens, really clean workspaces. And then our desk, our CG team, like big machines, shitloads of graphic cards,
screens.
water cooling, RGB.
Yeah,
That stuff.
three screens and a graphic
Yeah,
tablet and everything.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, to
yeah.
me, that's just a different product. Of course, I would have fun of someone doing our job buying it, but it makes sense to me. You know, I'm just impressed by how expensive they can sell their product. But you know, that's just
Crazy.
you have expensive cars, you have expensive phones, and you have expensive computers. The only thing that really impressed me is that not everybody is like buying expensive car, not everybody is buying expensive clothes. But I feel that with Mac and iPhones, for example, everybody wants to have an expensive phone.
Yeah,
I
I
still,
would love to have one of those Macs, but it's crazy overpriced.
yeah. So let us know in the chat what do you think about Mac. um, yeah, you have a question from Richie Raj. He asks, how do you see lighting in terms of making a photorealistic CG scene?
How do I see it?
Yeah, I guess, did you already have an image in mind?
One good advice for anyone who's striving for photorealism and all that stuff is learn that stuff first. Cameras and lights in real life. Uh, so Redshift is biased and Octane is unbiased engines, but it doesn't change anything. The positioning of lights is coming from the real world.
Yeah.
You have to learn that kind of stuff first, and then it will drastically improve your CG game.
And you have also a bunch of basics video. I will quickly go through YouTube, but you have one guy called Blender Guru. I'm not using Blender, but this guy made some basic tutorial that I recommend a lot because he made videos like understanding colors, basis of composition, and he started to do like a lighter remaster course for free. So you have 5 videos to help you about lighting. It's mostly character lighting, but I guess it's super nice if you want to learn. So big up to Blender Guru if you want to learn.
He's actually covering, apart from Blender tutorials, he's covering a lot of more general topics like I do. I really like that stuff on his channel. He's doing some great stuff.
Yeah, people asking, are we going to accept question from the chat? And yes, we mostly I mostly answer a question from the chat. Ask. Sorry for my French. Sometime I'm. So, question. Hey, Andre, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
So, how many render slave and PC do you have, and how many GPU?
Um, 3 slaves with 20 GPUs, but I think 4 of them are dead now. So we need to upgrade. Plus, I have to spread some cards from those render units to our team members. So yeah, around 20, but we need to upgrade soon.
Yeah, people are asking that Octane changed a lot on their new material model. You know, you have now Universal and a lot of new things. Will you do an updated version of your first videos about realistic
Yeah,
materials?
yeah, it was quite a bummer. I just did a comprehensive like features overview, and then they released a new version, and they kind of keeping that trend of updating Octane like that. Yeah, will definitely do, but when 2019 it's called version will be released, or 2018. So when that's out and when it's stable, I will do a video about it.
And it will change again.
Yeah, and it will change
But
again.
for everybody,
Octane X, or what it's called next one.
yeah. Um, for everybody asking, I just used on a latest job, and the thing that I liked in the universal material is that you can work, for example, in sorry, I'm just showing one of my work, but it's pertinent to the topic, and you can just work in Substance Designer or Painter, and you just have to plug your maps diffuse, go into diffuse, and with the new universal material, so it's pretty easy. I've made some videos about the older ways to go from Substance Painter to Octane. You even
Mhm.
add plugins, but right now it's just throwing your maps and plugging in. So to me, Octane made a lot of effort simplifying the workflows between, for example, Substance Painter and Octane. So really, really nice move, and I recommend everybody like to check it.
Yeah, what I can say about Octane is that they are purposely moving towards big production as well. OSL integration, Vectron, Spectron, all that fun. Who doesn't know OSL is like a visual programming language? How do I explain what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, visuals with code, which is nice. Doesn't take any memory.
Well, I think I had a bug. I hope it's going back to a stable position.
Oh no, bro, you spoiled the screen.
Yeah, I don't know why it's messing. What the fuck? Guys, please
Fra-
let us know if it's yeah. Someone started rendering. No, actually I didn't change anything, so I'm trying to figure what changed. Maybe I'll try to close I don't know. I don't know what made this. I hope people can still hear us, because that's the most important while people are answering. I will still ask questions. So, do you want to be part of the movie industry in the future?
yeah, that's where I want our business to go towards film production because I really like complex kind of VFX shots where you have a couple of months to work on one shot so that it would look superb, like Avenger stuff, all that kind of effects. Ideally, I would want to get there, but it's a long way to go.
Also, people are telling us that video and audio freeze. I don't know.
Mm,
Thank you. It's lagging a lot.
when you're rising.
I don't know because it happened. Ah, seems fine now. I didn't made
Well,
anything, but it's back. Maybe it's YouTube. The only thing I've made on my computer is like displaying an image. Okay, it's better. Let's come
nice.
back. Thank you, guys.
French and Spanish internet. What can I say?
Yeah, I think that's a nice melt. So let's come back to the real questions. So, do you have any good alternative to After Effects for EV infographics scene, or any types how to make it less crashy?
Less crashy. I actually find After Effects quite stable, and no, I can't. I actually don't know anything like After Effects for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, Andre, how do you manage your daily life in a time managing perspective? We all know our field is pretty time consuming. It's difficult to keep our social life, physical fitness on track. Any recipe?
Nah, yeah, mate, recipe. Listen, I'm on holiday. I'm in a hotel room now. My girls are hanging somewhere, and I'm just chatting with communities. It has to be done. If you're entering this industry, you have to be ready to sacrifice some time. And it's not as deadly as it sounds. You still have time for your life. It's just, you will find a way. It's fine as it goes, as it flows. It works out.
Yeah, just do it. So, Andre, someone wants to thank you because he's into a new career because of your videos.
Good, mate. Hope you will make a great career.
Yeah. Do you have any advice on how to strengthen fundamentals of art, like
Of art,
color harmony, composition?
composition, again, photography, cinematography, color. Find some courses on color grading. That will step up your game quite a lot because they're explaining the uh, contrasting colors, color wheels, how the colors exist with each other. Color science is actually so crazily deep that you can't even imagine. For example, color grading houses. they have a screen in front of a neutral painted wall, gray, neutral, pigment-free gray paint, right? And it's produced only by one company in the world. Super expensive, super hard to get a hold of. And they have super lights, contrasting lights in front of those walls because your perception of colors heavily depends on your environment. So it's really interesting, and it's I think artists have to know.
Yeah, photography and video can definitely helps a lot. How many time do you spend in Houdini, and do you feel comfortable with it?
Now I don't feel comfortable with Houdini. I can only the reason I'm not doing any tutorials because am I to do tutorials on Houdini? I mean, I'm just doing some simulations. I know how to drive some velocities, pop swaps, dops, chops. No, it's too early for me to do any tutorials for Houdini.
Yeah, and someone is asking, what do you think about Houdini versus Cinema 4D?
I covered this in my video about where I was building the workstation for Houdini. I bought a really expensive CPU to run Houdini, and I explained the reason for that is that Cinema's 4D core code is outdated and it only uses one core from CPU. Houdini can use all the power of your machine. So, for example, Cinema 4D would start struggle with 1 or 2 million of particles when Houdini can run 50 millions, like no problem. That's the reason.
Yeah, we had a fun comment during the Mac talk, and someone tell the people who buy it should lose the right to vote and reproduce.
That's evil.
Yeah, that's really evil. Do you use CryptoMates?
And now it's in latest Octanes
Yeah,
versions. I just updated to 2018 like a couple of days ago. Upgraded all the licenses. But I mean, Cryptomate is like Object ID, just enhanced and more convenient version. Maybe
exactly.
maybe I, maybe I will do a tutorial about it, but
It's pretty nice. I've test it, and you have like all in one file, and you can like with your mouse just picking where you want your mask ID, and
yeah, masks.
pretty great.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah. No, I haven't tried it.